Welcome. Good to see everybody. Thanks for being here tonight for the Peace Within free webinar Healing Circle. This is a circle that I hope actually will grow worldwide, but I know that it starts with people who are close to me and people who I've worked with, and we know each other. And I'm relying on you to help me to start this circle that I hope will become a circle of peace that brings more energy, not only to you, and for your own healing, for your own spiritual growth, personal expansion, physical healing, whatever it is that you need to have show up in your life, but also so that we can bring this to the rest of the world, because really we are, and I have set an intent that everybody who's here are people who are kind of at this first wave of there's an energy moving forward to help not only ourselves but the rest of the world. And in the emails I sent out earlier looking at the levels of consciousness, how high up peace is. And that's a feeling. The emotion is actually bliss, but the level of consciousness is around peace. And I actually didn't know that until I looked up the levels of consciousness. I thought peace was below love, but it's actually above. So it's a pretty high rate. It's a pretty high vibration, a high frequency. And today I, by accident, of course it wasn't, after I'd been out for a drive, accidentally turned into a national park. And I thought, well, this is no accident. So I went and sat, and I'll show you what I did later. And I sat for a while and sort of tuned in to what was going on and what was going to be happening tonight. And I had a bit of a sense of that sense of peace, you know, that it was just for a moment. You know, sometimes in that the levels of consciousness, we sort of move from one to another. And I had just, you know, because I don't think that I operate at the highest level of peace, and we don't operate always at the same level all the time. So I had just a glimmer of that connected sort of sense of being connected to everything. And yeah, it was great. Anyway, so I hope you have the same sort of thing. Hello to everyone. I see lots of people joining in. It's great to see you. Okay, so what is Peace Within going to be about? Well, you know, it's really what you need it to be. No matter what it is you want to have show up in your life, what area, you know, joy, happiness, whatever it is that you want to transform, whatever it is that you want to manifest. The higher you go in your frequency, in your level of consciousness, the quicker that becomes. Certainly I've experienced that myself. On another level, as a friend of mine would say, it's about recognizing your own magnificence and yourself as powerful and creative. And that's what's different about what I'm doing this year, which is I want to run these multidimensional healing circles, but I also want to add another element of the way that you can raise your own vibration to the level of peace through creativity and other methods. So I'll talk to you about that later. I want to thank you for being here, and I will be making you a special offer at the end of the webinar. And if you've got some time at the end of the process, the circle, to just stay on and give me some feedback, I'd be really grateful. It will help me in the future. Okay, so what's going to happen when you start to raise your level of consciousness? What's going to happen? What are you going to get? It's going to be, what I hope that you will get is a place that you can raise your level of consciousness so you can access it anytime you want. Circles like this are so powerful. I mean, the circle is an old and ancient way for people to have that combined energy to be able to create what they want. You know, and I don't have to tell most of you that having a circle is far more powerful than doing something individually. And I've set my intent around this circle because intention is really important, and so is yours. That who will be on this circle are the people who are going to take this forward. And that's you guys. So the circle is also a symbol of unity and connection, and it amplifies all your intentions. So it is important right now to think about what your intention is. And the combined intention for me, it's about creating peace, the sense, the frequency and the feeling of bliss and peace. So if you're sitting there right now in your own mind, I want you to set your own intention, because the combined intention is really powerful. Okay, so let me just see whether there's anything I want to say before we begin, because I'm just going to get pretty much right into it. Okay. The other thing I want to say is my intent is also, in the process of moving, of raising your frequency, is to look for what are the patterns that are not congruent, that don't support moving up levels of consciousness, that don't support moving toward peace. And that's what I'll be doing during the healing circle. I know many of you have done this with me before, but some people haven't. If you haven't, what I will be doing is tuning in, as I already have done, to the group of people who will be here, but not only who are here live, who will also be here in the future, or what we call the future. I mean, time is not linear. So when we drop into the space, my intent is to include anybody who ever tunes and drops into the same place in what we call the future. So if you're watching this on a replay at any time, the same energy exists. And you can just come back if you're watching a replay, or anybody who's watching this on the replay. You will find the same energy when you drop down. So tonight I'm going to lead you through that dropping down process, which is a sort of a relaxation process, but it's looking to drop you into a certain frequency. And then I will ask you to just relax. If you want, you can lie down, close your eyes, take the opportunity to just relax, but you don't have to. During the circle, I will be noticing what frequencies or what patterns show up amongst us all. So what is showing up as something that we all have in common, and then I will play with those patterns. They're light patterns. I'll play with those patterns till they change, and what you will be able to see is you'll actually be able to see my desktop. So I'll switch cameras and you'll be able to see that, but you don't have to have your eyes open. And in a way, being able to close your eyes and be in your own space helps you with the awareness of being able to notice what you notice about what's going on at the time. So I encourage you, make sure your other email is turned off, other things that your phone is turned off, things that will distract you. It won't take a long time, so allow yourself the time to focus. And after it's finished, I will talk to you about the Peace Within program, which is actually some really good stuff. I'm really excited about it. And I hope some of you will look forward to actually joining me. I'll make you a good offer as well. Okay, so I'm just going to check my messages, just make sure there's nobody asking me anything. All right, great. Welcome to everybody. So let's get right into it. First of all, if you are lying down, just listen to what I'm saying. If you're sitting in your chair, find a comfortable and relaxed position and take a nice breath in. And as you breathe out through your nose or through your mouth, allow yourself to sink down into the chair or into the floor. And as you do that again, take a deep breath in and take it right down to your belly button. So breathe deeply. And as you breathe out, allow yourself to drop down, your energy to drop down, allow your whole body to relax. If you're sitting, head and shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed, whole body relaxed. Take a moment to gather any energy that belongs to you, that you've left anywhere in your daily travels, and gather it and invite it to come back into your body. Just with your intent, so that all your energy is present. That's good. Now bring your awareness to your chest. Breathe into your heart through your chest wall. Imagine that you can breathe in to your heart through your chest wall and breathe out the same way. Every time you breathe out, your body relaxes a little more. It sinks down a little more and softens. Now bring your thoughts to someone you feel really grateful for in your life. It can be a parent, a child, a friend, a mentor. Could be a pet, a sibling, a partner. Could be someone here or someone crossed over. And allow yourself to really feel the feeling of gratitude, love, and appreciation. And let it well up in your heart. Let it well up and overflow. And imagine your whole heart field softening, relaxing, and beginning to flow and expand outwards. With every breath you breathe out, imagine your whole body relaxing and your whole field expanding. It relaxes and flows out in front of you, behind you, to both sides, above and below you. I apologise, my throat's a bit funny today. Just allow yourself to relax and allow yourself to continue to expand. Okay, now I'm going to switch cameras with the magic of technology. Except my throat is really bothering me. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I have my camera facing down on my desk. And as I've normally done, you haven't been able to see this, but stay where you are. You don't need to watch, but you can if you like. So I'm going to first notice the circle who's here. Be good if it worked. And so what I'm noticing and tracking are everybody's energies and whether you're part of the circle and whether there's anybody still on the outside. Allow yourself to relax and notice whatever you notice. Often things start without me anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to notice what's going on with the intent of raising our level of consciousness. Okay, so the first thing I notice, and I'll just draw visually what I notice. I like these bubbles. And they have things within them. Let me notice and feel what I feel within them. They're almost like, actually, like spirals internally. In other words, they have depth. It's like they go down. They go down and they have, you know, a bit like a wormhole. Okay, let's go down the wormhole. And let's see. Okay, this is past times, past memories. This is other times. So we're going to everybody's collective other times. Okay, what I notice is a star. Okay, I feel like, okay, this is really, you know, it's always really odd. I feel like I'm in another galaxy. I feel like I'm in another place altogether. It's like some other, I'm somewhere else. So, you know, it might feels like another galaxy, but, you know, who knows what it really is. So that's how it looks to me. Let's go into there and find out what draws my attention. Okay, so what I notice is that actually a lot of energy is being drawn from this place. So it's like I feel from outside, like say cosmically, or I feel energy coming down through me from wherever this is. If it's coming through me, it's coming through you too. Okay, so this is like a connection. This is a connection that this circle is making. And everybody here who's started here with me, wow, getting that whirly now, my body's like going crazy. This is like the connection that we need to make. It's like origins. It's like connecting us all to, I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure what the words are. But there's some connection that we're all making to something celestial. Okay, and now what I notice is that the energy that came through here is going around here, is going around and around and around, because you're the circle, and that's what I notice. I don't know how you'll notice that in your body, or what you'll notice or not notice, but that's what's showing up now. So let's see what else happens. There's also some sort of sound that comes with it. So it's a little like these things around the edges are like conduits. And there's some sort of sound that's circulating here too. I can't hear it, but I know there are some of you who can. Maybe you can tell me later what you hear. There's some kind of sound that's now circulating, like a, conduit is the right, like a kind of tube, but something that connects us up. I'm going to come back to these circles that I started with, and I'm going to notice, because I think one of those went there. Now I'm just going to notice if there's anything else here that draws my attention. Something does. And now there's energy coming out of them. They're not going downwards, they're coming upwards. So one of them has some kind of growth, like flowers. One of them has like flowers come out of it. It's like growing upwards. It's growing up, out, come out the other one. This one is moving outward now. It's like expanding that way. So some energy that's come through here is like coming back the other way now. Let's go to this one here. Okay, this takes me to actual childhood event. So the common thing that I notice is not willing to shine. Not willing to shine. That's what I notice there. And so there's some times in our lives, I include myself, when for some reason we stood back, we were not willing to shine, we were not willing, for whatever reason we made that choice. So I notice how that can be different. That's this one here. So I'm just going to find a nodal point, a nodal point that is where I can locate that. So I'm just going to find that here. Find the point at which it connects. Right there. And that just relaxed and went inwards. And it now feels empty. Now it feels empty. Okay, feel the frequency. Something's knocking on the door. What is it? It's 1 to 5, it's 5 to 10. It's frequency 7. Okay, so which is frequency 7 is a detoxifying frequency, grounding. Just bring that into the circle. It's grounding, it supports your kidney energy, for your life energy. And it takes down anything, imagine down through your body into the earth that may have just been released. It detoxifies you of that energy. All right. Now, just come back here and notice this one here. Nope, this one here. Something's happening there. Okay. Some things are strange. You never know what's going to show up. I see like the pyramids or what looks like the pyramids to me, you know, like, I don't know, we're talking Egypt or whatever, but I see a pyramid. And I see inside it, I hear the word dodecahedron, and I don't even know what that means. I guess that means something 10-sided, or I've got this kind of image in my mind of this multi-sided sort of kind of thing. 3D, except I can't draw it. Anyway, that's what it is, dodecahedron. All right. It needs to connect to something. So let's notice what it might be. It needs to go to the core of the earth. So I wonder where that is. I'll just connect here and let's go down right down the core of the earth with my other intent. Okay, that feels good. Just connect them up. And it's now started to spin. It's like turning around. That thing inside is now turning around. And not only that, it's going like this. It's really big. Okay, that whatever that is like moving through everything. It's moving through my whole body. It's moving through yours and taking stuff with it. I don't know what stuff, but it's taking stuff with it. Sam, who's on the call, is telling me that the sound, because she hears things, is the golden mean tone vibrations. Or they are golden mean tone vibrations. I might have to ask you more about that, Sam. Okay, that's interesting. So something's moved through, some vibration that's come from that spinning dodecahedron has now moved through you. That's some sort of sacred geometry pattern that has just changed. So let's just notice here. Anything else? What I notice is there's a ripple moving through the outside of the circle. Which means it's moving through all of you. There's a ripple moving around through. And what I notice is a spine. sometimes this shows up. What I notice is a spine with the same kind of, curve. Right, and what I notice is the energy of the lower back, actually no, it's the front as well. So what I'm looking at is the lower energy center. In Qigong, we would call it the lower dantian. And I'm just going to notice what I notice about that. So it corresponds with the chakra that is near the navel, below the navel, which would be the sacral chakra. And what I notice is that I feel like I'm looking at the top of a lake. I just felt calm. I just felt this. I feel like I'm looking at the top of a lake, and it's calm on the top. It's calm on the top. It's like there's a gentle breeze, but it's calm. And it's expanding. So the lower energy center is expanding. And something's moving out. It's like expanding and allowing the inside of the to move, to get bigger. It's like it was tight. Now it can relax. So just bring your awareness to the area below your navel, which is, sometimes called lower dantian or sacral chakra, and just notice, do you feel a sense of movement or relaxation, or just bring your awareness there and notice whatever you notice and allow it to be more. I want to breathe out. I don't know about you, but I feel all of a sudden extremely calm. I feel I feel something has just changed. In the space I'm sitting in right now, it's the energy has completely changed. In the space I'm sitting in right now, I feel like, someone just entered the room who has a really high energy. It's like sacred space. Something just fell over this whole space. I mean, it's big, but at the same time, it's really expansive and calm. Okay. I'm just going to give you a moment to notice. Hopefully you're still awake. Give you a moment to notice what you notice right now. Whatever you notice. This is really important in the process of frequency change, is to notice what has changed. It may be that you just feel more calm. It may be you notice vibrations or colors, sounds, feelings. Wow, I could stay in this space for quite a while. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like I could just go to sleep. Like, it's great. So, give yourself a little bit longer and to come back and take a breath in. Bring some more oxygen into your body. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Take another deep breath in. And begin to bring yourself back into your body, into the present moment. And bring yourself to waking awareness. Breathe in. And wake up. Just move your arms and legs. Move your body. Stretch a little bit. And to wake up, I'm going to bring myself back on screen. Here I am. So to wake yourself up, rub your hands together. Take this ring off. Rub your hands together until they feel warm. And put your hands over your eyes. And allow the energy, if they feel warm, that's good. Can't quite get mine warm. When you do Qigong, they always get very warm. Rub your hands. Just put your palms over your eyes. Just let the energy go right to the back of your eyes. Rub your hands together again. Just rub the back of your neck. So rotate your shoulders a little. Tap or rub your top lip, which is the energy that runs over your brain, helps your brain wake up. I probably should have done that today before I went out. Would have helped me be a little bit more awake, because my awareness was a bit out of my body. And under your bottom lip, just tapping or rubbing there. That makes your central energy wake up. And then to really wake yourself up, which is make sure you're really in your body, is to do some slapping on your arms and legs. So just take your arm out in front of you with your palm turned up and slap down the inside of your arm. Turn your arm over and slap up the outside. Again. I need this just as much as you. And the other arm, down the inside, up the outside. Step on the shoulder, down, up, down, and up. And with your legs, if you're sitting, just go down the outsides of your legs. So down the outside, down to your feet, and then up the insides. Down the outside, up the inside. Down the outside, up the inside. And that should start the process of getting you back in your body. And lastly, secondly, really ground yourself. So imagine right now that you are standing somewhere that you normally would connect with nature. So it might be the beach, it could be out in your yard near a tree, it could be a favorite spot that's in nature. Imagine that you're there. So close your eyes and notice what comes up in your imagination, and just imagine you're in that spot. Breathe in where you are. So if you're at the ocean, breathe in the salty air. If you're in the bush, breathe in that gum tree smell. or pine tree or wherever you are. And send the energy down through your feet. So imagine your feet becoming the roots of a tree. Send the energy right down into the earth. You can do that where you are, in the chair or on the floor. Just send energy down, down, down. So it's really, feel really strongly, right? Lots of roots, nice and thick. So you feel really a sense of being connected to the earth and feeling strong, and that you can feel energy coming up. Imagine energy coming up the earth into your body, from the earth through your feet and into your body. I feel like I'm back now. Okay, so first of all, if you've got something you'd like to share about what you noticed, feel free to put it in the chat box. Look, I'm a bit red. It's making me, had a bit of a change there. And Sam was commenting earlier when I was talking about, and I'll show you, for those of you who were not watching, I'll show you the picture again of what that looks like. All right, so there's actually what the end result looks like. Not that it's a great work of art or anything like that, but that's what happened as we went along. And I was saying that there was like a sound that was going around the outside, and Sam was saying, she commented that it was the golden mean tone vibrations, which are sound and color as cosmic architecture and sacred geometry. So something's going on there at that level. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, hi Sue's talking to me from somewhere else as well. So fantastic to have everybody here. So here's what what it looked like in the end. If you've got any other comments you want to make about what you noticed, feel free to type them in the chat box. If you are watching this on replay, you won't be able to see the chat box, but I will tell you what people are saying. On the replay, the chat box is an overlay, and you won't be able to see that. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here's what it turned out like, and I'm wondering what you noticed, that you notice in your body, or anything you might want to share. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, if you've got some time, just stay on a little bit longer. First, we'll have a look and see what anybody's got to say. I mean, what I noticed was, you know, it's always interesting with these multidimensional healing, what shows up. I just never know what is going to turn up. I mean, it's always something completely different that I've never seen before. So, you know, it amazes me, because you'd think something would repeat itself, but really it never does, which I find fascinating. So I'm just going to write the date on here so we know when this was done. So this is 26th of the 2nd, 2015. And to me, this is like a mandala. It holds the image of what we've just done, and it holds the energy of it. It holds the energy of that transformation that's just taken place. And we'll just put on there peace within. And there we are. Okay, Joe's saying, when the lake came up, I felt part of the water and had a huge energy shift. Yeah, amazing, Joe. It was really interesting how that sort of appeared. And that was here. This is this lake here, that it was like seeing the top of an energy center or something. It was really interesting. Hi, Ruth. Good to see you. And Cheryl said, could certainly feel part of a circular motion. Also lots of tingling sensation in the body, particularly on the crown of my head. Thanks, Cheryl. That's great. Yeah, it's really interesting how everyone experiences it, experiences pattern change. And after this, your job will be to notice what shows up in your life. Like how does this actually show up in your life? What do you notice that's different? And that's what I was saying before. It's important to know to notice what's different, not what's the same. So I'll just bring myself back. Here I am. Yeah, so it's important to notice what's different, what shows up that's different, what you notice that's different, not what's the same. So if you've been having health problems or you've been having, something you want to show up, don't keep noticing the thing you don't want, because it gives it more energy. So start to notice anything that shows up that's different. Lorna says, wow, I don't know where I went, but it seemed very deep and far, far, far away. And yet I felt completely held in the energy of my circle. Amazing vibrations in my body. Thank you all. And I do, thanks, Lorna, and thank you all, because it is the energy that you're all providing. You're all contributing. And I know I've got really powerful friends. So, I'm not surprised it's a powerful circle. Thanks. Fantastic. Okay. So continue to write your comments in there. And I'd like to just say thanks for being here. I will continue on after this to just have a talk to people who are on the call. But for those of you who might be watching the replay, or who, if you're watching this at some other time, feel free to send me information about what you experienced. And I look forward to getting some feedback from you. And thanks for joining me tonight.